Yo, so what's going on, everybody? I'm back in my little prayer spot, my little meditation area and whatnot. Last time I was out here, they called the police on me, and nothing bad, nothing bad came from it. But I had to come back here. I felt like the Lord wanted me to come, get along, get away. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him, give me some insight on some things, and he just reminded me about certain things prior to that he had already gave me instruction on that I haven't necessarily been 100% with, So sometimes it's like that. Sometimes God will give you a word, he give you certain instructions, and you haven't really, went forth with those things, then he'll bring that back to you. If you don't accomplish or get started on the first words that he gave you, then why give you more instruction? You know what I mean? If I'm trying to show you how to build a house and you haven't began in certain areas to lay a foundation, then, why would I give you more? You haven't gotten started on certain things yet. So, but in doing that, he brought me back to the last time that he was speaking to me. And he had showed me something. So I wanted to tell this story because I thought that it was cool and I thought it was pretty relevant. So the Lord had gave me some things to do, some stuff that I had to cut off, things I had to put in place, put in its proper order, different things of that nature, right? We won't get into specifics and everything, but I was feeling some type of way about it, when I did it. I didn't really feel like it was necessary. Honestly, I didn't know why I was doing it, because I felt like, these things weren't, in a place where they were like sin, you know what I'm saying? And, could possibly be a door to some things that I don't, need to be involved with. But, I felt like I had it under control, basically. You know what I mean? And the Lord told me, you don't have it under control. And this isn't, what you think it is. And in order for you to go forward, I need to remove certain things and put certain things in place. And so I did it. I did what the Lord said. You know what I mean? Reluctantly. But so then when I made it to my home, and I went and I was praying in my front yard. And so the Lord gave me something. Right, so I'm just sitting in the front yard, I'm praying a little bit, listening to a little bit of worship music and everything. And then I see a dragonfly, right? And so we don't really have a lot of dragonflies in my area. I never really see them like that. And I'm not sure about how prevalent they are around this time. I know they come during the summer and things of that nature. But I seen a dragonfly, right? And so I'm like, why is a dragonfly out here? You know what I mean? And it literally just came, flew in my direction, flew past me, right? And then the thought came to my mind, like, before I seen what I seen next. But the thought came to my mind when I seen the dragonfly, what is the difference in a dragonfly and a butterfly, right? And so, right when the thought came to my mind, I was like, because I'm thinking, what is the difference? I don't even know where it came from. But so then I look to the left and I see a butterfly, and it's a white butterfly, right? And so when I see this butterfly, I'm saying, I'm like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? That a butterfly would just come and fly right now. I don't know why I'm seeing a dragonfly, all of these different things. And so then I really began to think about what's the difference between a dragonfly and a butterfly. And so, I felt like, all right, obviously, maybe the Lord's trying to get something to me, right? So I look into a few things in regards to it. And so a dragonfly, right? One thing that I seen was that they feed off of mostly other insects, right? And smaller prey, you know what I mean? Things that are not necessarily, as big as them or as strong as them, different things of that nature. And so a dragonfly is a predator. You know what I mean? A dragonfly is pretty much you know, something that feeds off of weaker or lesser individuals or situations, takes advantage of situations, you know what I mean? Different things of that nature. And so I realized that, and so I looked at the butterfly and it said that the butterfly mostly feeds off of the nectar that comes from the flowers and different things of that nature. And so, you know, they feed off of something, you know, that is of life, right? Something that also gives life, something that blossoms, something that is, you know, that we would look at as pure. You understand? And so that was one difference the Lord was showing me, was that, you know, he's taking me to a place where, you know, I'm mostly feeding off of the things that come from life, that are natural to life. You know what I mean? And the things that can cause me to have life in me, you know, so that I can also blossom as well, right? And that he doesn't want for me to have this predatory nature, because a lot of times we have a predatory nature and don't necessarily think of it, because we you know, maybe it's in business or whatever it is, right? We take advantage of situations. We feed off of things that are smaller than us, lesser than us, weaker than us. You know what I mean? And that's not necessarily the nature of God, right? And so that was one thing that God was showing me, was that, you know, and the difference in the dragonfly and the butterfly. The other thing that he showed me was that a dragonfly goes through different stages into becoming a dragonfly, right? They come from out of the larvae or whatnot, and in the water, and then they grow into a dragonfly. But they do not go through a complete metamorphosis. It's literally, they call it literally an incomplete metamorphosis, right? Whereas a butterfly goes through a complete metamorphosis. And the butterfly starts off in butterfly starts off as a caterpillar and different things of that nature, right? We know that. And so what I seen was, I'm like, okay, as soon as I seen the word incomplete metamorphosis with the dragonfly, I already knew what the Lord was on. You know what I'm saying? I knew what he was trying to give to me. And so I'm like, okay, you know, I'm like, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm following you. So then I began to see, you know, that the butterfly has a complete metamorphosis. And so what is the difference? And so then I wanted to know, what's the difference in the metamorphosis? Why is one complete and why is one not complete? And so the dragonfly does not go through what is called a pupal stage, right? We got an airport that's pretty close by. So the dragonfly does not go through what is called the pupal stage, right? And the pupal stage is where something that the butterfly does go through, and it's the stage where they shed off the old body that they had, and they develop an entirely new body. They literally pretty much become a whole nother creature. You understand? Caterpillars don't fly, right? And so the Lord was telling me too, like, in order for you to be what you need to be and go to the places that I'm trying to take you to go to, you're going to have to shed off I'm trying to take you through a complete metamorphosis, right? Because there are certain jobs, there are certain places, there are certain things that I have for you to do and things that I want to send you, but they are higher places. You know, when he say higher places, I'm thinking that he's referring to heavenly places, right? Or things that he wants me to do in the spirit that would be higher. You understand? And so I can't do that as a caterpillar, right? I can't do it. I can't go to the places that's in the sky, right? If I haven't had a complete metamorphosis. And so, you know, the whole thing was just a beautiful revelation to me, man. And the Lord told me, you know, once I looked into it, you know, he's like, I'm trying to turn you from a dragonfly into a butterfly. And that was just deep to me. That was just beautiful to me, you know. These are the type of things that God does to let you know that he with you. You know what I mean? This type of, some type of stuff like this, like, you know, when I was in the world and people would tell me certain things, and this is just simple. This is light compared to other things that God has done and have shown himself with, you know, with his children. But a lot of times you hear stuff like that and you kind of be like, that ain't really, you know, I don't believe that, you know. But, you know, I don't make up anything I don't care to make up anything. I'm just trying to relate to you what the Lord showed to me. I literally, sitting in my front yard, seen a dragonfly fly into my, you know, into my field of view, my range of view, and the thought came to my head first. First I said, what is a dragonfly doing out here? Then the thought came to my head and said, what's the difference in a dragonfly and a butterfly? And then I literally looked to my left and there's this little white butterfly that's flying. And then I knew that I was supposed to look into that. You know what I mean? And then the Lord showed me, you know, the difference in a complete metamorphosis and an incomplete one. And there's a pupal stage that people have to go through. You have to allow God to get rid of certain things. You got to allow God to cut off certain things, because it's not going to allow you to go forward. I just did a lesson the other Saturday, I believe it was on the unfruitful trees or fruitless trees. And in John 15, he tells you that if you bring forth fruit, right, then he will come and he will purge you, or he will prune you so that you can bring forth more fruit. Well, how does he purge and prune? It's by cutting off the excess, cutting off the, you know, different trees and different things like that that have you, you know, that's stopping your branches from being able to grow and to spread out, right? So he'll get rid of certain things on the tree that's not necessary, you know, or that's stopping the growth of the tree so that you can produce what you need to produce, right? So I believe that's what the Lord is saying to me. So you have to allow God to, in order to go where you need to go, become what God wants for you to become, you have to allow him to do the pruning. Some things you may not think got anything to do with what he wants you to do or become, but you don't know. Like, you will never know. You just got to let him cut things off, because you may think this don't got nothing to do with that, you know, that ain't got nothing to do with that, but it does. It all has to do with you becoming a certain person. And there are certain things for the new creature in Christ, right, that he says that you will become. It's certain things that's for that person, and it's not for the person that you are right now. So I just wanted to share that and you know, do a video about that and just kind of put that out there, man. That was beautiful to me, and that was a dope revelation. And so I'm gonna try to continue to let God shed off this old body, this old self, you know what I'm saying, so that I can see what I want to see what I'm gonna become. You know what I mean? I want to see where he gonna take me to. So you gonna be a dragonfly or you gonna be a butterfly? You choose. All praise to the Most High, Yahuwah, Elohim, by way of his only begotten Son, Yahushua, Hamashiach, who the world knows as Jesus Christ. I'm out. Peace.